we are here with Steve Nicol, who's the Executive President of Operations at Wood. We're at the Energy Exports Conference, and he's just fresh from the plenary session at the conference. Welcome.
Thank you.
And so, how did you feel the opening session went?
Well, I really enjoyed it, actually. I think it's always good to meet lots of like-minded people, discuss the industry, share ideas, so really enjoyable. Thought good energy in the room, and really good.
Good energy for energy exports.
Exactly.
That's just what we need, right?
Yeah.
Now, you just came out and said it. You said that fiscal stability is really important here. So tell us what you think we need to know about the energy profits levy and the impact that it's having on the industry.
Yeah, well, I think it is that. Fiscal stability is absolutely critical. You know, we've got quite a long period from exploration through to production. So there's a lot of variables that need to be plumbed in to get to model out what the eventual return's going to be on a particular asset. So every time there's a new set of taxation or a change in fiscal policy, it means that you're reworking your model. And when you've got that relatively long period of an asset life cycle, then it's difficult. It's really difficult to then get that certainty. So the energy profits levy is certainly not promoting and stimulating growth in the energy sector. You know, I heard a story that one of the operators in the North Sea has got an effective tax rate of over 100%. And when you think about that, you know, that's not viable. It's not viable. So I think something does need to be done about that. And to be honest, I know we're going to speak about energy transition, but the two do need to be thought about as one thing rather than two separate things. I'm convinced that governments don't have the balance sheets to do everything they need to do with energy transition, so we need to be encouraging private investment in the energy sector, and I do think the energy profit levy is not the way to be doing that.
I hear you. That's a very good way. You did mention you might even have had sympathy for the financial modelers who have to deal with these 4 different changes of taxation levels.
Yes.
That just makes it difficult.
Yes.
Very good. But energy transition, you really seem to be keen on the opportunity for carbon capture and storage, particularly in the North Sea. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think the North Sea is uniquely placed. We've got the biggest capacity to store CO2 in Europe, 78 gigatons. If you don't know what a gigaton is, it's the equivalent weight of 200 million elephants. So that gives you 200 million elephants. So that gives you an idea. So I just see a model where, you know, the UK or the North Sea can be storing other European countries' CO2 under the ground safely in the North Sea, and that will really help with the economics of carbon capture and storage. So there's massive capacity in the North Sea for CO2 storage. I also think we're not going to get to net zero without carbon capture and storage, and that's not just the oil and gas industry. If you think about the cement industry, the steel industry, you know, they're going to need a solution to capture CO2. And I'm a big believer as well in homegrown energy. You know, we don't want to just buy in all the stuff we need from overseas. We've got to do it here in the UK. So I think CO2, I think the UK North Sea is very well positioned for carbon capture and storage.
Yes. You also mentioned in this context the C word, collaboration, which is, it's not going to happen unless we're able to ship and store and, you know, rely on our European partners for interconnectors.
Yeah.
All of that. So is that going to be insurmountable, or do you think we'll see a way forward through that?
I'm an optimist. I think we can see a way through it, but there are many stakeholders, aren't there? There's the government, there's the regulators, there's the operators and the supply chain. And you know, if you think of those as a seat, if one of those legs is broken, and that it's not a stable environment. So we do need to, and I know it is an overused word in the industry, collaboration, but it's so important. We need to have everybody working together. That's what it's going to take to really drive forward on a solution. So absolutely critical, and I think it's possible.
An optimist. That's exactly what we need. Now, speaking of elephants, there's another one. Clearly, there's some interest amongst global investors
Yeah.
in wood. Now, you were talking about how kind of like the pride you feel
Yeah.
in, people at Aberdeen having built this industry up into
Yeah.
something that's global, and there's now something that might present in terms of an opportunity, kind of
Yeah.
with the bid currently
Yeah.
on the market,
Yeah.
on the table.
So, I mean, in terms of the process where we're at, I mean, wood is not for sale. So we've had 4 unsolicited proposals from Sadara, which is an energy, a company in the Middle East. We have just recently entered into a period of diligence. Now, I don't know if you might remember, we were here about a year or so ago when there was other interest that was from private equity and American private equity firms. So we've been here before. There's still absolutely no certainty which way this will go yet. But I guess, I do have that pride. I'm proud to work at Wood. I'm proud that it's an Aberdeen company. But I equally see that this is almost validation of the things that we're trying to achieve in Wood, that's attracting interest from others. So who knows? We'll have to see how the process plays out. But yes, we are in a period of diligence right now.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Steve, for confirming that and having a chat with us.
Thanks so much. Thank you.